सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. Page 27, verse 22. एकद्वित्रिचतुष्पादः बहुपादस्तथा पदः बह्व्यः सन्ति पुरसृष्टाः तासां मे पौरुषीः प्रियाः. Our scriptures presented a Vedic structure for human life. A structured based life is given by our Vedas. Structured based means where there are lot of disciplines, where there are lot of vidhi nishedha, rules and regulations. The rules and regulations are prescribed by Shastra for the well-being of every individual. What one has to do and what one should not do. Vidhi means this is to be done, this is to be practiced. Nishedha means this has to be avoided, that should not be done. They are called vidhi nishedha, instructions. Rules and regulations are instructions. That structure is given for all human beings. Once you take up that structure, once you have to follow that rules and regulations, naturally your freedom is curtailed. Your freedom of living is curtailed. Just like on the road, you have to walk based on the principles, the traffic rules you have to follow. You cannot go any side whenever you want, whatever way you want, you cannot go. So you have to walk only this way, on the footpath. When red signal is there, you should not cross. When green signal is there, only you should cross. They are all rules. They are curtailing my freedom. They are stopping me. They are not allowing me to go. So this type of freedom, when they are curtailing, I should not criticize the traffic rules. They are curtailing my freedom. I have to walk only on the footpath. Why can't I walk on the main road? Let me walk. Why they are curtailing my freedom? I should not ask. I am not supposed to ask. Naturally my freedom is curtailed. When I am following, police is not going to be benefited. Our commissioner is not going to be benefited. Who is going to get benefit? Myself. My life is protected. I am safe if I follow safety rules. That's why they are called safety rules. Traffic rules are safety rules. Safety for whom? For the follower. The follower of the safety rules saved by the rules. The follower of the safety rules saved by the safety rules by following. Simple common sense. For this you don't require any PhD. Yes? Similarly, Shastra says you have to follow dharma, satyam, all those daya, karuna, lot of things you have to follow. At family level, personal, individual level, at social level, there are certain rules and regulations prescribed by Shastra. Naturally, when I am following that, Shastra says, get up early in the morning, take bath first and do puja to Bhagavan, then only drink coffee. If I follow, it is good for me. It is good for me. Every day do some Panchamaha Yajnas, remember your ancestors and help to elders, help to other beings in the creation, so that you are maintaining the ecological balance for the harmony of the society. It is good for you, Shastra says. Don't be like a consumer. Be as a contributor. These are all vidhis. If you follow, it is good for you. Naturally, I want to sleep up to 10 o'clock, 10 Sunday especially. Shastra asking me to get up and saying to do Surya Namaskar. I am the most laziest person. How can I do Surya Namaskar? I don't want. My freedom is stolen by the Shastra. My freedom is just snatched away by the Shastra because of so many rules and regulations. I don't want that. Suppose people say like that, there are people, there are books, there are many authors writes books, and they talk also, never go to a guru, never study scriptures, because you go to a guru, you have to do namaskara there, and they will not allow you to talk, and they will tell you do this and do that, and they curtail your freedom, they snatch your freedom, and you become slave to them. Like that they teach. You become slave to them, they will stop you and they will brainwash you, they will stop you to think on your own, they will take your whole freedom. Therefore, don't go to any Mahatmas, Gurus and all. They exploit you. Like that they talk and they publish books also. We should not carried away by those people's words. You are all not going to be carried away by, but your children, your grandchildren, definitely they will be carried away by. Because they are very much with outer public media, but we were not that much. We were always with our parents, grandparents, we are always brought up like that, but young children are not like that nowadays. It's very, very difficult to catch them into this Vedic structure. For that we give an answer. Yes, Vedic structure commands. Vedic structure gives rules and regulations. Veda never talks about the demerits of these rules and regulations. Veda talks only merits. If you follow this, this is the benefit. If you follow this, this is the benefit. These rules and regulations, there are demerits, but Veda never talks about those demerits. What are all disadvantage of following those rules? Veda never talks. Veda talks about only merits. Then whether to enter into that fold of rules, regulations or not. You have to be with only your pati, patni, children, family. These rules. I have to confine 50th wedding day only with one person. What a difficult. Very control. Rules and regulations. Don't have a relation before marriage. A big condition. Don't have dating and all. Don't go with boyfriends, girlfriends. Rules and regulations. Yes, Veda never talks about demerits. Veda talks only merits. Now, when a baby is in the mother's womb, baby is confined or not? Baby freedom is restricted or not? Baby freedom is very much restricted. It's confined. But without that confinement, without those restricted area, baby cannot grow. Baby needs that restriction. Baby needs that confinement for 10 months. Afterwards, mother herself rejects. After 10 months, no need of confinement, no need of restriction for you. Go away from my womb. Mother herself rejects the baby. She sends out when the baby mature and grown sufficiently. Similarly, a plant, when we put a seed and growing a plant, we put fencing, not allowing it to grow side, slant, grow straight. Put a fencing, not allowing it to grow this side and that side. Don't go to others' parachute, parapet wall. Grow this side only. We cut the branch if it grows that side. If it is trying to bend, we tie a rope and go to straight. We do or not? We put a stick sides and tie with a rope. We did or not? Plant never asked, why you are restricting me? Why you are tying me? Plant never asked. Baby never asked the mother. Similarly, until we grow, we mature, we need the structure of Veda in the form of rules and regulations. You have to follow. Do this, don't do this. You have to follow. After maturity, once you grow in all those rules and regulations, Shastra says demerits. You yourself come to know the demerits. Maturity, don't be in that all the time. Come out. Come out that rules and regulations, you are beyond rules and regulations. Shastra itself withdraws from you because Shastra requirement is not there for you. Because you are already refined, mature. There is no need of rules and regulations. That is why baby always has to catch the mother's hand. Maybe mother's hand is like a structured rule regulation only. Hey, what? She catch. Afterwards, you need not catch. They will catch your hand when you become old. Once you know all this simple in our life, Veda is also like a mother, 1,000 mothers. She is equal to 1,000 mothers. Therefore, never listen to people who talk. Our young children, nowadays, they say, all these scriptures, religion and all meaningless, they say. Just like that they say word. Parents are not able to give answer. How many of you are able to give answer? Suppose your son or daughter asks, why I have to worship God? Why I have to take bath? Why I have to do all these rituals? Sandhya Vandanam, Puja, Japa, Dhyanam. Why I have to do? Suppose they ask, what answer is there with you? You must know. You educate them like this. You have to follow because what life is there in future for you, you do not know. You are growing. Therefore, you have to listen. Religion, religiosity or restrictions, daily some sadhanas, all are meant for your well-being. You have to follow. Don't think your freedom is curtailed. Gurus, under the guidance of Guru, you must be there for a length of time. Guru is not going to get any benefit. You are only the beneficiary. Because our ahankara, our ragadveshas are so powerful, you have to be under Guru guidance. Otherwise, our ahankara will raise its hood. One student, my student only, she used to say, after coming for some time, few classes, I am not going to any classes, Swami, nowadays. She goes every class, not only my class, all classes, everywhere she goes. And suddenly she made one statement one day. That student is not here. Nowadays that student is not coming. She stopped long before. Highly educated, thinking that she knows everything. So, she said, I don't want to go any person, Swamini, any Guru, anyone. Now I am stopping. Why? If I go, I develop emotional attachment with them. Suppose I develop emotional attachment, afterwards I cannot come out. That's why that creates problem in me, therefore I am not going now. எப்படி இருக்கு? என்ன analysis பாருங்க. That's true. You may develop emotional attachment with the Guru. When you don't have Shastra with you, you develop just as love towards husband, love towards father, love towards mother, love towards brother, attachment towards them. You develop attachment to another person, that's all. But Shastra is telling what? Give up attachment. If you are sufficiently in Shastra, with help of Guru, you will not get attachment. Without Shastra, only if you are with Guru all the time, you will get attachment. That is emotional problem. That's why study properly what Guru says. Don't go here and there and listening from all over and coming to the wrong conclusion. That's why one Guru, one guidance is required. The parampara, same parampara is required. Otherwise, you will take your own decision, you are the loser. Afterwards, any problem comes in the family and depression. I saw many cases like that in my 20 years of experience. They never listen to others. The problem is that they are very good in nature, but the goodness is not sufficient. You require some guidance, some time. At the same time, you should know how to come out of that also. You need your buddhi. The conformity you have taken up to the rules and regulations, not to come out of the conformity. The conformity structure you have entered strict rules and regulations to be followed by wisdom. It has to be followed by wisdom, not to come out of that rules and regulations. Follow rules and regulations and grow, mature, come out of those urvaru kamima bandhana. Like a cucumber, when it ripens, it itself detach from the stem. You also like that. Every student also like that. Therefore, Guru is required, Shastra is required, structure-based rules and regulations are required. Otherwise, our ego goes beyond limits. And that ego takes all wrong decisions. That's why we have to go to such a Guru who is having scripture ayudham in one's own hand. If you go to any person without scriptures in their hand, you will be in trouble. The scriptures must be there. They have to guide with the help of scriptures only. Otherwise, we should not go there. If they have scriptures in their hands, they are guiding us through the scriptures, you are safe. Police or commissioner is not ordering their own rules and regulations. They are giving the rules, regulations based on law book. There are certain rules in the law book. Based on that, they have to give, not their own. Now you are following, understanding. Therefore, what Krishna said, Uddhava, everyone is one's own Guru first. You have to use your buddhi. You have to use your buddhi. Our culture is Guru Sishya Parampara culture. In foreign countries, nowadays we are hearing, many of you know, children, if parents shout at them, they call police. Ennadu? America. You are not supposed to shout at the child, you should not beat the child, you should not, teacher should not shout at that student. Then what is happening, you see? No discipline. They are not shouting at them, they are not punishing them. But the punishment should be genuine punishment, they have to give properly. If there is no punishment, there is no order, there is no command, what is happening? Later, they are all becoming what? Drug addicts, gun culture, and depression. These are all ending up. I have seen many Indian boys and girls with depression who are all in abroad. Why? Parents are not controlling them. Parents are not supposed to control according to them. That is not our culture. We don't accept that culture. All of us are totally commanded by our brothers or father or mother, someone or other. Either grandfather or grandmother or school teacher. Highly commanded by them. Strict, very, very strict. We are all saved. Minimum strict disciplines are important because when child, young adult age, until they cross teenage, they do not know anything. They need commandment, they need control, they need discipline. Parents has to command. That's why we don't want to spoil our children. In the name of love and care, we don't want to spoil our children. Real parents always put their children in discipline with proper understanding. So that time some demerits are there. Some demerits will be there all the time. At the same time, parents have to say, tomorrow you have to think on your own. Allow them to think on their own after certain age. That's what Krishna said. Everyone is guru by himself or herself. Maximum they follow what their buddhi says. But there are some mature people, they take to the right decisions, right guidance, right marga in their life, and they come to spirituality. That's why we need guidance. There are some demerits, maybe. Until we grow, we have to be in that. Our freedom as though curtailed, but really we are protected by that. Really we have not lost our any freedom, really speaking. And the time of freedom illamal irukkiradhu da nalladhu illaya. At that age, it is better not to have freedom. Because we do not know what is right and wrong to decide. In spite of that discipline itself, we have committed so many mistakes. In spite of that much disciplines, unknowingly we might have committed so many mistakes. We know, we see our past, what mistakes we have committed. Thank God we are protected by those disciplines. That's why Lord Krishna says everyone has to take responsibility after maturity. Until maturity they have to be under the guidance of father, mother, brothers, elder sisters or elder members in the family or gurus. That person's life is beautiful, wonderful, that guidance. Okay, now looking to the sloka. What Lord Krishna said, there are so many species in this world, hey Uddhava, but among those species, the one who follow rules and regulations, other species never require any rules and regulations. The human being who grows under rules and regulations, the human life is much more superior. I like that human life. Up to here we saw in the last class. Now look into the next shloka, very important shloka. Atra mam margayantyadha yukta hetubhirishwaram Gruhyamaanair grunair lingaih agrahyamanumanatāh. A very terse shloka. It's a turning point. The teaching turning point. Atra means in one's human life, in Manusha Janma. Among so many Janmas, Manusha Janma is superior. I like that Janma. In that Manusha Janma, Atra, Mam Margayanti. People take to my path. Margayanti means they strive. They work for Mam. To recognize me, to reach me, to attain me. Mam Margayanti. Who are they? Yuktaha. They are with integrated mind. Yuktaha. who are with integrated mind. Yuktaha adha hetum ishwaram agrahyam ishwaram anumanataha adha. That Ishvara, the Lord, whom you cannot directly perceive. Every day morning when you open the door, puja room, you see only idol. Not Bhagavan sitting and talking to you, how are you, morning, good morning, he won't say. But those who are yuktaha, sakshat, directly they come to know. Adha means directly, sakshat. Adha. Margayanti plus adha, margayantyadha. Directly, sakshat, they come to know me. How they come to know me? He gives the process. Grihyamanaihi gunaihi lingaihi hetum hetubhihi. The awareness is in human beings more. Awareness, self-awareness is more in the human beings. Even though other beings have got some instinct, basic biological needs and all they know. They have hungry, they have thirsty, and they have fear also. But the self-awareness, dog doesn't have self-awareness, I am a dog. But human being has got self-awareness, I am a human being. I am a human being. That's why we have complexity. The more self-awareness, the more complexity. Complex also, inferiority complex, superiority complex. I told you last time, the dog competition, it doesn't have complex. I got first prize. Garvam varad. Third prize dog ki inferiority complex varma varad. Owner ku varum. That owner of the dog, third prize dog owner, get a lot of inferiority complex. First prize dog owner ki superiority complex. Why? More self-awareness, more complex. So this complex is a privilege only. If you make use of it in a proper manner, it is good only. It is not wrong, it is a great privilege Bhagavan has given. That self-awareness. How do we know this? This self-awareness Bhagavan has given for what purpose? Lord Krishna says they come to know me. How they come to know? Ishwaram. Here, Ishvara is agrahyam. You cannot grasp. Second line you see, agrahyam, agrahyam. Ishvara cannot be graspable. It's very difficult. That ungraspable Ishvara, they grasp through gunaihi. Gunaihi means here buddhi. Grihyamanaihi gunaihi lingaihi. Lingaihi means indications. Through the marks. Arthapatti pramanam. Presumption. Once you wake up in the morning, comes out into veranda, you see outside there is lot of water. What you infer? What you presume? There was rain in the night. Have you seen the rain? Have you seen the rain? You have not seen. You slept well, nicely. And morning you saw roads are flooded. Then immediately you come to know, hey, yesterday night there was rain. How do you know? Hey, water. Lot of water on the roads. Presumption. This is called Arthapatti Pramanam. Like that, here also, that ungraspable agrahyamanam Ishwaram, they grasp through this gunaihi. Buddhi, shariram, and buddhi is the suchakam or lakshakam. The implication, by implication they come to know. Here gunaihi, lingaihi means they are all suchakams, they are all indicators, body, mind, intellect. Body is made out of 5 elements which are jadam, insentient. Mind is also made out of subtle elements which are insentient. And buddhi, of course, is also made out of inert matter, insentient. How this inert matter buddhi, mind, body, they are functioning. So, ardhapatri pramanena. Since body is functioning, buddhi is functioning, mind is functioning, there is self-awareness. There must be someone subject who is knowing this inert body, inert mind, inert buddhi. The self-awareness, self-awarer, the subject is there inside, activating this inert body, mind. There is sentient subject who is knowing the insentient body, mind world. This is called Arthapatti Pramanam. Presuming I am knowing this clip which is Jadam, this is object, I the subject am aware of the clip. I am aware of the clip. How can I be aware of the clip? The awarer of the clip is subject, clip is object, clip cannot know itself, inert object cannot know itself. Panchadashi class we saw. So inert object is known by the subject who is having self-aware. I know I am here and I know the clip also. Clip doesn't know itself also, clip doesn't know anything also. In the Panchadashi class, 2-3 classes before we saw the subject in Panchadashi every Thursday. Some students are escaping. Swamini, Panchadashi, adella advanced. You can't escape. Krishna says, I'll bring you here itself. You can't escape in the teaching. So, inge kondu vanditaru. Gunaihi, lingaihi, agrahyam ishwaram margayanti. They work to know this Ishvara who is not be graspable for the sense organs, but they grasp through their own mind, body, buddhi. How this body is sentient, how the mind is sentient, how the buddhi is sentient. I am self-awarer of this body-mind complex. That means there is someone, the subject inside that self-awareness, that Atma alone is called Ishvara. They come to know. They use their buddhi because they, with their buddhi, they come to the Guru and they study Shastra and they understand this teaching. Now you are understanding or not? Thoroughly understanding? So, otherwise this body cannot be aware. I know this body, body is an object. I know my mind, mind is an object. This is called inference. Anumanataha. Arthapatti anumana pramanena. Chaitanyam asti atra. I am grasping. Therefore, I am different from the body-mind complex. They are jadam. Body cannot know itself. Body is known by me, the self-awarer. That self-awarer is Atma. That Atma is myself. Hey Uddhava, people are coming to know their Atma who is indweller as the self-awarer of their body-mind complex. A very period sentence. Hey Buddhava, they work, they study, they pursue to come, they come to know me, the indweller of their heart. How they come to know indweller of the heart as oneself Atma? By objectifying the body, by objectifying the mind, their own mind, intellect, they are all just only objects. They come to know. Understand? It takes a lot of time. Look into the shloka now. Grihyamanaihi gunaihi. Grihyamanaihi means these perceived objects. Grihyamanaihi means perceived objects. By whom? Gunaihi, by the buddhi, mind, sense organs. Lingaihi, with these clues, suchakam, lakshakam, they are lakshakam, means they are showing what? Buddhi, mind, body, showing to us, these are all jadam, they are all functioning, means there is someone other than this body, mind, complex, self-awarer. The self-awarer about aware about their body mind must be different from the body mind, they come to know. Mom, that is myself. That self is myself. Hey Uddhava, they come to know. Don't think this is only my teaching. This is said by our people ancestor in the form of a tale or story. There was a Raja called Nahusha Chakravarti. Nahusha Chakravarti's son is called Yayati. Yayati's son is called Yaduhu. Yaduhu once upon he asked Datta Guru, Avadhuta Guru, Dattatreya. He approached Dattatreya and he asked, he taught the same thing to him. How he taught, who is this Yadu, who is Dattatreya? You want to listen, Uddhava? Come on, I will tell you a story. Listen to that story. Next page, 28, verse 24. Atrapyudaharanti mam itihasam puratanam avadhutasya samvadam yadoramiti tejasah. Atra, with regard to this subject matter, what is that subject matter? Self-aware consciousness, that which knows every object, including body, mind and intellect. That self-aware consciousness, with regard to that, udaharanti puratanam itihasam udaharanti imam. This story, itihasam means vrittantam, a story, a tale, they talk about with regard this subject matter. Udaharanti, the illustrations are given. What is that? Avadhutasya yadoho samvada rupena. Avadhuta, one Jnani, Avadhuta Jnani, and Yadu Maharaja. Yadoho Amita Tejasaha Avadhutasya. The Avadhuta is one who is so bright. Amita Tejasaha. He is so brilliant and so much of Kanti Prakasha in his face. Avadhuta. Amita Tejasaha. You can understand Amita Tejasaha, limitless brilliance in his face. Yadoho Avadhutasya Samvada Rupena, this itihasa. This story comes in the form of a dialogue between Avadhuta, who is so much brilliant and having tejas, and Yadu Chakravarti, Yadu Maharaja. What is that dialogue? What Yadu asked? Avadhutam dvijam kinchit charantyamakuto bhayam kavim niriksha tarunam yadu papracha dharmavit. Dharmavitu yaduhu papracha. Yadu Maharaja knows all dharmas, dharma shastra. He is a very righteous person, great person who is well informed in all shastras. Dharmavit yaduhu papracha. Further he want to know more and more about what pravritti and nivritti. What is that people are going for, and what is that people are withdrawing from that, what for they are working, and pravritti, nivritti. Further he want to know. He is asking, whom he is asking? Avadhutam niriksha. Having seen that Avadhuta, a jnani, a person, Avadhutam niriksha, having seen him, he started asking, what type of Avadhuta he is? He is Kavi. Kavi means Atmagnani. How old is he? Tarunam, very young. Very, very young Avadhuta. Dvijam, a Brahmana. Brahmana means we have to remember a Brahmana is a Brahmana who knows Brahma. That is called Brahmana. Not Jati Brahmana only, but Guna Brahmana, Brahma Jnani ityarthaha, Dvijaha. Kanchit Dvijam Nirikshya, having seen Charantam Akuto Bhayam, that Avadhuta is moving all over. He is a Parivrajaka. He is not staying in any one house, one place, not having any possessions. He is moving all over. That's why people think Gnani means who is free from all rules and regulations, they say. They think after following all rules and regulations, only they come to Gnanam. They do not know that. Some people consider whatever way they like they can live, whatever way they want to live they can live, like that people think. And Jnani, he should not take bath, he should not wash his mouth, he should not comb his hair. Jnani onnum theriyakudadu, appadiye irukkanum. It's not like that. Even Pithadipatis are Jnanis, but they are doing all Dandatarpanam, they carry Danda and they follow all that called Vedic constitution. All Vedic constitutions, rules and regulations they have to follow. But Avadhuta is one who is beyond even this Danda and all insignia, what all the indication marks in the dress, color, all these things. They just walk like that. They all beyond, they have gone beyond because they are not connected with the society. They are not connected with the society, just they are moving. They are not belong to any one religion, they are not having any religious marks, they are not following any rules and regulations. They are not in the public continuously. Once you are in the public, in the society, you must follow, even though you are a Gnani, you must follow certain rules and regulations for the sake of society. Therefore, don't get confused. Sannyasi means, Gnani means, according to the society where they are staying, they follow certain rules. Jnanam is nothing to do with your external outer vesham. Jnanam is only connected to your internal cognition. Therefore, avadhutam dvijam kanchit nirikshya tarunam kavim avadhutam nirikshya. What he does, akuto bhayam, he is fearless. He is not having fear out of anything in the world. He is not afraid of anything. Even Shastra. When the Shastra rejects him, nee po appa, you are beyond rules and regulation. Yenna avanukku abhimanam kediyadu. Deha abhimanam kediyadu, ragadvesham kediyadu, like a bala. Child, how you leave the child? How you leave the child? Avanukku enna abhimana? Innu shyness varle avanukku. Balavat, he is moving like that. That's what Yadu is asking. How you are having so much tejas, akuto bhayam, you are not having fear of anything, and you are a Atma Gnani, and such a person is in front of Yadu Maharaja. Now Yadu is asking. Next sloka, only Yadu starts asking question. Krishna Paramatma says to Uddhava, hey Uddhava, Yadu is talking to Avadhuta, dialogue is like this. Listen, what Yadu is asking. Next shloka. Yaduhu uvacha. Kuto buddhiriyam brahman akartus suvisharada Yamasadya bhavallokam विद्वांश्चरति बालवत्. When should you follow Varna Dharma, Ashrama Dharma? When should you leave Varna Dharma, Ashrama Dharma? Shastra prescribe. Until you grow and mature, you have to be in one Varna and one Ashrama. Brahmacharya or Grihastha or Vanaprastha or Sannyasa. And you have to follow Brahmana Karma, Kshatriya Karma, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas. Their own Varnas they have to follow. They are all called structure. I was talking about structure, Varna structure, Ashrama structure given for individual growth and social growth at social level. Once you are mature enough, you go beyond, transcend the body-mind complex. Na Varna, na Ashrama, na Achara Dharmaha. Tadeko Vasishta Shiva Kevaloham. Until you get that knowledge, இப்பவே சொல்லக்கூடாது. வீட்டுக்கு போய் நான் யாரும் தெரியுமா பிரம்மன் இப்படி சொன்னா குட்டுக்கு அடிக்கும். If you are really a gnani, you never say that. You never violate any rules and regulations when you are in the family. Children, when you are in the society, you have to follow. Gnani silently understand the truth. Gnani never makes a noise. Okay, all ajnanis makes noise, lot of noise. வீட்டில் யாருக்குமே ஞானமே இல்லை, எனக்கு தான் இருக்குன்னு, அது அஜ்ஞானம் அர்த்தம். ஓகே, எது வாச்ச, எது இஸ் ஆஸ்கிங் வாட், ஹே பிரம்மன். பிரம்மன் மீன்ஸ் ஓ பிரம்மஜானி, ஹே பிரம்மன். இன் வஜ்ர சூச்சிகா உபனிஷத், ஹூ இஸ் பிராமண, எங்கே பிராமணன், அந்த பிராமணன் எங்கே, ஹூ இஸ் பிராமணா? சாஸ்திர சேஸ் Janmana jayate Shudraha. Everyone by birth is Shudra only. By birth. Karmana Dvija Uchyate. After Upanayanam, it's Brahmana, Vaishya, Kshatriyas having Upanayana karma, they become Dvijaha, twice born. Karmana Dvija Uchyate. Afterwards, he has to follow Veda Pathena Viprasyat. Brahmanas have to learn Veda Patham, then he become a real Vipra. Vipra means Brahmana. After Veda Pathanam only. Even Kshatriyas having right to study Vedas. Kshatriyas have right to study Vedas. Vaishyas also can study. When Brahmanas were studying, Rajas were studying, Kshatriyas also can listen. When they are teaching to Brahmana Kshatriyas, Vaishyas can listen. Even Shudras also can listen, but they should not listen directly. Because there are so many other rules and regulations, that is an entirely different topic. But among all of them, who can teach? Only Brahmana can teach others. Learning Apata Jnanam Shudra can get, Apatata Jnanam Vaishya can get, directly Sakshat Jnanam Kshatriya Brahmana can get, because of their disciplines in their life, because of their Varna Dharma, Ashrama Dharma, because of their karma also, whatever karma they are taken up. So when they are learning Veda Pathena Viprasyat, Brahmanaha Brahma Vedana. When he knows Brahman, only he is called Brahmana. Understand? நானு பிராமணன் சொன்ன சும்மா பிராமணன் அதெல்லாம் சொல்ல முடியாது. ஆத்மானம் விதித்வா அஸ்மான் லோகாத் பிரைத்தி சஹா பிராமண. பிருஹதாரண்யகோபனிஷத் Yajnavalkya says, yaha atmanam viditva, having known this Atman who leaves this body in this life, that person alone is a Brahmana. Atmanam aviditva asman lokat praiti saha krupanaha. அப்ராமண. பிரம்மஜானம் தெரியாமலே பிரம்மஜானத்துக்காக முயற்சி பண்ணாமலே யாரார் இருக்கானோ அவங்களெல்லாம் யாரு தெரியுமோ? டேஷ் டேஷ் டேஷ். ஓகே, those who are working to know Brahman, those who are living in the rules and regulations life, Vedic life, those who are following all strict disciplines for the sake of Brahmajnanam, they are Brahmanas. Yajnavalkya says. Therefore, hey Brahman, O Brahmajnani, you are akartuhu, you are not doing anything, akartuhu, then kutaha buddhi iyam buddhihi, where from you got this knowledge? Kutaha iyam buddhihi, how this knowledge has come to you? Because you are not doing anything, you are not having anything, and you don't have any possessions also. You are looking like Bala, small boy like you are appearing. But how do you know this much knowledge? You are having Suvisharada, extremely clear, your face is showing that you have so much knowledge. Extremely clear you are having. Akartuhu, effortlessly, free from all doubts. Here akartuhu means free from doubts. There are two types of doshas, malinams, samshaya and viparyaya. Samshaya is one dosha, malinam, doubt. Viparyaya is another doubt. Habitual habits, vasanas, and that is comes under viparyaya. All these are not there for you. Suvisharada, yam asadhya bhavan lokan vidwan charati. Hey vidwan, you are so wise person you are. Yam asadhya, yam vidyam asadhya. By attaining, asadhya means what? Prapya. By getting what type of knowledge? You are so calm and relaxed, and I think you don't have any bank balance, you don't have any house, farmhouse, any land, fields எல்லாம் இருக்கிற மாதிரி தெரியலையே. ஆனாலும் ஒரு நிம்மதி ஃபேஸில் எப்படி அப்படி இருக்கு? How is it possible? Like a பாலவத்து மீன் like an innocent child. Child எப்படி இருப்பான்? Innocent. Ignorant. இவர் ignorant இல்லை. ஓகே, அந்த இன்னசென்ஸ், ஒரு குற்றம் ஒன்றுமே இல்லாமலே முகல்ல பார்த்தாலே ஒரு ஆனந்தமா ஒரு பிரசாந்தத்தை தெரியறது. அது எப்படி வந்தது? How you have got that? Yadu is asking. So curious Yadu. How he says? Tam yam asadhya bhavan lokam charati. By attaining what? That knowledge, you are moving in this world without having any possessions. With so much clarity you are moving here and there, like a small baby, child-like, balavat. Tell me. Further he is continuing. Prayo dharmartha kameshu vivissayam cha manavah hetunaiva samihante ayusho yashasa shriyah. He is talking about normal people in the world. Prayaha means mostly. So indeclinable. Prayaha is not a declination word, but indeclinable word. Prayaha, avyayam. Prayaha, people are all working for normally. Prayaha, manavaha, people, human beings. Samihante, they are all putting effort. They are all desirous of what? Ayushaha, yashasaha, shriyaha. They are all working for ayush. இப்பெல்லாம் ஆயுஷ்னு போர்டு எல்லாம் வருது. ஆயுஷ்னு என்ன தெரியுமோ? ஆயுர்வேதா, யுனானி, சித்தா, homeopathy. Why also is there, yoga. Ayurveda, yoga, Unani, Siddha, homeopathy put together Ayush. For that sake, people are working to live long. Adi panni, idi panni, ennamo panni. I read one article. Vruddhapyam is most inviting age. Vruddhapyam. Don't look down upon Vruddhapyam. It is a great opportunity, it is a great status. Vruddhapyam. I have not read fully, it is a big article. After reading fully, I will tell you details. Article. Vruddhapyam. People are all afraid of old age. Shastra is talking old age varada. Nalladappa, you are maturing. You are maturing. Okay. Prayaha manavaha samihante ayushaha yashasaha. Name and fame. All people are working for yashas. These are all come under dharma, artha, kama. Shriyaha, prosperity. Name, fame, prosperity, wealth, they are all working for. And there are some people who are all working for moksha also. Vivitsayam. For veditum ichha vivitsa. For realizing the Atman, vetum ichha. Those who are desirous of knowing the truth, they are working for moksha. Anena hetuna eva samihante. They are all working. Mostly people are all working for that. But you are a different person. You are not working for Ayushu, you are not working for Yashassu, you are not working for Moksha also. You are not working for anything, just you are moving like that. What is the secret? Tell me. Avadhuta looking at Edu, you are so anxious. Take rest for 1 week, I will come and tell you slowly. Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.